Hello all newcomers and welcome back my fellow Aeternians. As always, it's me, Emperor AP, and I have been gone for quite a while. I have been traveling, I have been getting to work in my personal life, and I have been coming back from MicroCon. We are excited to be putting out a lot of stuff that we did at MicroCon and kind of showing you guys the trip. But for right now, we really wanted to focus on my speech. So I have a new editor with the channel, Ryan, and he's been helping me out with trying to put everything together and kind of see how to best format the speech. And one of the things that we noticed right away is that in my original speech audio, there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of difficulty in it, especially dealing with this vent that like cuts on and off multiple times during the speech. For those of you who consider themselves new to this community, your nation exists in a difficult time. We wanted to just kind of give it a fresh start, try to make something nice for you guys, and have a well-edited video. So that being the case, I want to redo my speech here and let you guys enjoy the adventure that we've been on through MicroCon and kind of just the rest of the history of the channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're the people that looked at the world and said, I'm needing something different. For me, it was every time I saw my parents struggle to pay a bill, make rent, buy medicine, or put food on the table. They always made sure things worked out in the end, but I wanted to make sure that people don't have to worry about whether they can afford what they need. So when I was 17 years old, I started the Empire of Aeternia. When first starting out, I talked to friends, family, neighbors, anyone I could get my hands on to no avail. Even online, I streamed for days and weeks, even months, to an audience of 0. And I know I'm not alone in that. I know that many of you have felt like I have, calling out into the void, not certain whether there's anyone else there to call back. But this community, the micronational community, is a place where people defy what is probable to pursue what is possible. Thus somehow, as we stumble blind and in the dark, we find our family. That's what happened to me. The more I kept shouting, slowly but surely those calls were answered. Before I knew it, we had our first citizen, then our first alliance, our Discord server, and I started to feel like we had found a place in the community. But the work of a people is never over, so we kept trying to grow. We built a government, developed a market to sell our goods, and even produced advanced machines to aid our progress. And this worked well for a time. No matter how much we built, we felt a burning for something more. I could see it in front of us, and our citizens could too. There's a limit to how much any micronation can do alone. We see how every year new nations are born and others die out, the cycle repeating and forcing each of us in this room to face the question of whether there will be a day that is the last for our nation. In this regard, we have to pay respect to our forefathers, those whose nations span decades and whose experience sums centuries. Through them is the way forward. They're the teachers who built themselves and formed this community we see today, and they are the people who can teach us how to thrive. Because unfortunately, we don't have long. For those of you who consider themselves new to this community, your nation exists in a difficult time. Not only are you trying to sow the seeds of your cultural identity, but you are tasked with saving the world. Climate change will surely kill us, and our macronational brothers and sisters have done little to put us on a course to remedy it. If you believe that your nation exists for the good of its people, then it must act in their best interest. And momentarily, no matter your internal politics, no matter your economic status or cultural enlightenments, this is the highest priority. If we fail, the consequences are plain. But if we succeed in saving this world, we enter an era that marks the largest growth in micronational history yet, and prepares us for recognition of this community far beyond what we have previously seen. So we must learn to move forward, to continue work that has been gifted to us. This community must unite in ways we have never seen before, on scales that will show the world a future of hope. In the Empire of Aeternia, we've created a small but meaningful network of opportunity for all micronations. Included in this is our micronational map, a feature on our website in which micronations can submit their own information and search for others around the world. As well, we have our Discord channel, which allows for networking between micronationalists and non-micronationalists alike. Lastly, we have our numerous social media accounts, in which we publish updates on Aeternia and notable insights into our community. Though this is just the start. In Aeternia, we live by the arrow of progress, our national symbol representing a progressive community, guided by the belief that by working together, we can accomplish things many consider impossible. For me, today is an achievement of something that my younger self wouldn't think possible. Standing before esteemed world leaders, representing a nation which has grown to fill my heart and open my eyes, I see clearly the mountain of effort that created this moment. From the financial support of our citizens and the larger community which helped offset the travel costs for our delegation, to the advice and friendship we've gained through other nations, we come to you today with a message. If the world is a jungle, we micronations are akin to the humble ant. Overlooked by the world at large, we plant our flags, carve our territories, and grow our populations. While the world may not have time to be bothered by us, we shape its image, one blade of grass, one broken twig, one glob of mud at a time. And eventually, no eye can avoid the mark we leave in every detail. So we must not dwell on our small stature, but see the beauty in our unique perspective. Together, we must lean on each other's strengths to overcome any weakness. We must unite behind common causes, amassing formidable presence. And we must waste no time to network amongst our fellow nations, creating opportunity for those we represent today. We, the ants of Aeternia, have started to form our mound and reach out into the world. But now we ask, what is possible of a pile of ants? Ants know a good team is crucial for success. I'm proud to say that in Aeternia, I'm constantly in awe of the people that support us. By name, our master of the House of Treasure, Stephen Vince, who's been a steady hand and capable tactician through thick and thin. David the blacksmith, helping to pave our way in polished copper. And of course, Tiffany, whose powerful intellect is only overshadowed by our loving heart. Aeternia is made up of incredibly passionate people who want to do what it takes to grow this community and make the world a better place. Now we need you. Leaders, diplomats, media, lend me your ears. The people of Aeternia would like to know you. We would like to know your purpose. We would like to hear your ideas. But most of all, we need your collaboration. So please reach out to us. Tell us your problems, your limits, your frustrations, and in return, we can offer up our time, our resources, and our friendship. Because despite our many differences, we all started because we saw something that needed changing. Now is our chance to achieve what we started. Thank you. Hey everybody, again, thanks so much for checking out the video. We are planning on doing some big stuff, like I said earlier, dealing with MicroCon, and we really want to show you the full experience. So that's what's coming next as far as our upcoming video we'd like to try and get out in the next week or so. Beyond that, we're looking at everything Aeternia, from our projects we've been up to in the interim between MicroCon and now. We're also going to be looking at trying to break down what Aeternia is and explain some of that in future content. And as always, getting back to general micronational content, explaining to those of you who are interested in figuring out what the heck all this is, a little bit better information and having a good way to start. So I hope you all enjoy the future content, and I will see you there. Bye everybody.